Hi guys, my name is Jana. For those of you who don't know me yet, I changed my intro just a little bit. I wanted to show you something. I have 3 different channels. Channel 1 is my channel for the advanced beaters. This middle channel is the channel for the beginning beaters. And my 3rd channel is for those of you who would like to be challenged. Beginning beaters, if you came here, just pause the video for a second. And click on my little icon. If you never beaded before, then click on View. Choose Oldest first, and you can see where the basic beginning beading starts. Now, I'm working my way up to get a little bit more advanced every time with every video, and as you can see, there's plenty of them on there. In about 3 months, you should be up to the level where you can do any of them. Just choose one, pick one, and you're good to go. You can just go back to browse videos to see the latest videos, and if you really like my channel, then please subscribe. Thank you. Let's start beading now. Hi guys, my name is Jana. For those of you who don't know me yet, I want to do a letter stitch. I've been asked to do a letter stitch because I use them a lot for a ring, but you might wonder if you can use them for something else. Yes, you can. Here's my bracelet. There's no clasp, as you can see. I have that sticky tape. That works perfectly fine, because I always wonder, like, how do you finish up these kind of projects with a clasp without the ends just kind of, would be falling inwards like that if you add a clasp right here in the middle, because it's kind of wide. So this is my bracelet. All I have to do is just put the tape on. How smart is that? And there you go. Of course, let me show you that on the back. You need to bead a little further down if you want to put the tape on without screwing up the pattern. So that's what I did. I made the extra parts coming out after the pattern, and then I also know where to put my tape on. So, and these were just strips that I bought in the store, not even in the beading store. I just bought them at one of those, what we consider would probably be a Walmart or something. And I wanted to just show you how this is done. There's a lot of patterns if you look online. You will find a lot of patterns, and I also want to try, and you probably won't be able to see this. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit more without it going. See this thread? I just got this, I just went to buy Fireline from the fishing store, and he said, well, as long as you're beading, why don't you try this one? It is called, let me see what it's called. Something. It's called something. He said this is a lot cheaper than Fireline, and of course the color isn't really matching, but he said it's also available in gray. This is like a Ron Thompson Hyper Strong 0.06, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's sort of flat. It's not a round thread, so I'm wondering if this will stick in the needle easily. So let's go see. I need a John James needle. I need a new one. I seem to be losing a lot of needles when I go beading outside. And let's see if without any effort that will go in. Well, let me put on my glasses first, because then else it will take a lot of effort. If that will go in very easily without any effort into the needle. Then I get flat side. I need to flatten it out a little bit more, but that goes pretty easily. I just put that in between my teeth. Let me zoom you out because I'm blurring. And that wasn't too hard, actually, compared to Fireline and Wildfire and Ceylon, for that matter. I like this thread. This is just a piece that he gave me to try it out. And I like this thread because when I do this, my fingers aren't dirty. Yay! Now try that with smoked Fireline. So he seems to have this in several different colors, but if you make an doesn't slide through very well. You can feel there's like a structure on it, but that's okay. let's see how that works. It feels pretty much like Fireline. It just feels flatter, and you can feel the structure when you go with your fingers over it. I don't think you can actually see that structure, but it's there. Anyway, there will be probably more about this thread later on. I just want to see, try it out, see how that works. And he said it's a lot cheaper than Fireline, and he can get it in several different colors. Now this is of course not my color, but you know, to be honest, for tutorial purposes it's a really good color. So let's go start with ladder stitch. Now when you start with the ladder stitch, basically like a bracelet, not for a ring, but if you start for a bracelet, you need a stopper bead. So let's go test that out. Stopper bead. And give that a double knot. And see if that will slide off. Well, no, that's pretty tight too. That's Fireline tight, to be honest. Might be having to cut that off later. And I'm going to start with 5 beads. 5 beads. That's all I need. It's just a tutorial on how to do the ladder stitch. And what you do next is pick them up. Pick one up on your needle and go back into that first one. And then pull it through. Because I've been doing these for rings, but I never showed you how to do it if you want to make a bracelet. Pull that through. Go back in that same bead. Pick up another bead. And again, go back in the back side of the bead that's on there. And move it towards yourself. And then you go in to the second row, the first bead again. So picking up another one, going in on the back of the third bead, moving forward into the second row, the bead that you just added. You got to make sure that that thread stays between your 2 beads there that you're working with. Picking up another one, into the back, pulling that up, and going forwards into the second row. And my last bead, I pick one up, go in, and go forward. Now to straighten out these rows, especially if you use smaller beads, because it looks pretty straight like that. But you know, there's space, right? Because you got space here, so there's space everywhere. Go in through the whole row, no matter how many beads you are using. Pull that through. And then go into the second row that you just added. And now there's no more space. So basically I can cut this off now and it will all be fine. And if you want to make sure that it's extra secure, just do that again. Go through them all. And push that forward. And I made this one with Ceylon thread. But I suggest you make it with Fireline, because that's the best thing to do. And then you just turn it around again, and you do that whole sequence again. You just go into your first bead from the back, and you move forward. In, and forward. In, and forward, in, and forward, in and forward. And you can choose to go through row 2 and through row 3 if you do a large project. But it's not necessary, because when you're all done and you need to add new thread, which I will also show you in a minute, if you need to add new thread, all you have to do is take your leftover thread and go back through the beads. So that will stiffen it up. So this, just to show you how that works, I took off my needle, and basically what you do is when you have a project, you just zigzag it up and down until either your thread doesn't go through there anymore, or you secured everything that you wanted to secure. And what I do is, when I got my project secured, like in this case it's really secured, I just cut it off. And you can do the same with your end tail. So you can just you know, run it through there. So what happens when you need a new thread? Okay. You basically pick up another stopper bead and make sure that end tail is long enough so you can run it through your beads. Put it on there, and you just go into your first row. It doesn't matter what side. And you pick up a bead and you continue on your merry way. And that's all there is to it. And there you got your ladder stitch. And I love this especially for ring bands because it feels nice and smooth on the skin, especially on the finger. And I really don't feel that the peyote is that smooth on your skin for a ring band. So this is definitely my favorite. And if you're wondering how long it took me to make that bracelet I got on, well, that was with Ceylon, so I would have to do it again and give you an honest estimate, because this took about 6 weeks to complete in pieces and parts. So that's basically there is to the ladder stitch. Now the only pain in the booty about this ladder stitch is that when I want those beads, because I'm running out of beads, then it's going to be very hard, especially if they're smaller, to get my beads back, because I ran through there so many times. So with the bigger beads, that wouldn't be a problem. You got them right, you get them out. But if you use size 11 or a size 15, God forbid, then that's going to be a challenging job to do. So, and now I'm just kind of curious about what this thread will be doing if I try to pull it out. But I think I like this thread. I think I'll be getting myself some. Anyway, yeah, this fishing store told me that he's got a website and he will sell all over the world, because that's one of the first things that I asked him, like, well, if this is so good and people can't get it in their own country, are you willing to send it to Pakistan? And he said, I'll be willing to send it anywhere. So, yeah, I kind of like this, and I need to know what kind of colors it has. And even if you take it out, it seems to stay pretty nice. Doesn't really damage much. Does damage a little bit if you go stick your needle through there. But I think it damages a lot less than Fireline does when you try to take it out. And it's just as strong as Fireline, if not even stronger. So, yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to change my threads to something from the fishing store. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked it. I dare you to take on a big project like this. I will leave a blank pattern link for you underneath the video, so you can color that up and make your own pattern. And how many rows wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 31. that I set up with. So what I just did here with 5 big seed beads, these are size 11, and the galvanized in between, these are the black, and the galvanized gold in between, so that's like 31 rows wide that I did. And if you're brave enough to take on a project like this that will take you several weeks to make, I suggest leave a picture on my Facebook channel. Okay guys, this is it for the stitches. This is your basic ladder stitch, and I hope to come back to you next time with a peyote stitch. Several forms of them, of course. Bye!